Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Arlene saw you coming.
Yeah, I don't understand why she sat there and watched. I was expecting her to run, but she didn't run. That's why I turned around so quick. But she didn't run. She stayed right there and just watched.
And what happened if she had run?
I would have shot her.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm back with another one. This is a true crime one. I hope this don't get taken down, not just by YouTube, but by go subscribe to High Time Crime. I think that's his channel name. But that's where I got the video from. I'm just reacting, bro. I'll give credit. Your links, your channel, the thing to the original video will be in the description, bro. Please don't take this down. But y'all know what this video about. If you went to look on it, I can't talk. But if you seen on the Instagram story, by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram at supersagoat. But with that being said, let's get into it.
Emergency 911. I have a man who's been shot at my house right here. He came from Chuck E. Cheese. He claims there's been a lot of people shot there.
For Chuck E. Cheese.
On December 14th of 1993, at a Chuck E. Cheese in Aurora, Colorado, the nighttime crew was cleaning up and closing down the store. Within a few hours, caution tape and police were everywhere. 4 people were dead, 1 was wounded, and an entire city was left broken and confused. This is the Chuck E. Cheese massacre.
4 bodies, though?
Hello, friend, and welcome to High Time Crime. My name's Joel, and on here I specialize in true crime and also calisthenics. I love working out, but today we're going over the case of Nathan Dunlap and what he did at Chuck E. Cheese. You're going to learn about a very twisted individual whose idea of revenge
He's still alive too.
wicked.
I did the research before making a video, recording this. Bro, he's still alive. He's just in jail.
For our story, we're heading to Aurora, Colorado. In 1993, the city had exactly 236,734 people living here. It's a nice area split into a few different counties, and I can imagine it's a decent place to live. If you're ever deciding to take a cross-country bicycle trip, well, stopping here wouldn't be a bad thing to do. You can head on down to the Aurora Reservoir and go fishing, or just chill on the beach, maybe enjoy some sun. If you're into animals,
like when I get my whip, I'm gonna be like, when I finish school and all that, bro, I'm gonna be traveling the world. So if y'all, please subscribe, please give me the watch time, bro. God gonna bless me, I know it, but if out of respect, when I say this, don't take this as disrespect. I don't mean this in no disrespectful way. When we get the whip, do y'all want to go to because I'm pretty sure the place where this happened is like a Panera Bread now. So should we go see it? I don't know if that's disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, should we go because I saw somebody talking about it was Panera Bread and they went to it, but they didn't get hate for it. But I feel like if I did it, I'd do it for some reason. I don't know. But let's get into the video.
you could take a little trip to Chimera Ranch and see some alpacas.
I'm good on alpacas.
Perhaps you could even become a cowboy at 12 Mile Stables, where you can rent a horse and be the rootinest, tootinest in town. Unless I'm there.
Why, bro, talking in slow motion?
But unfortunately, none of those options are the reason as to why we're in the city of Aurora today. Nathan Dunlap was born on April 8th of 1974 to Carol Dunlap, and his real father's name isn't known. He abandoned Carol and Nathan only a few months after Nathan was born, and it wouldn't be long before Carol met a man. if you can call him that, named Jerry Dunlap. Carol and Jerry raised Nathan and his siblings, Garland and Ardinia. This household, by all accounts, was incredibly toxic and plagued by mental illness. Carol, the mother, suffered from bipolar disorder, so did her brother and father. She would walk around the house nude and belittle the children, waking them up in the dead of night. She also would move furniture and stay up cleaning for days, take over a dozen baths in a 24-hour period. Sometimes Nathan would wake up early in the morning to find Carol screaming and going crazy, throwing their stuff out on the lawn. When Nathan was a baby, she once threw him in the trash. She tried to hurt Nathan's younger brother, Garland.
I'm not trying to make fun of the situation, but do y'all know that meme? I don't know why, but when he said she threw, I'm sorry that happened to everybody. I'm sorry that happened to him. But do y'all know that meme where that like that meme on TikTok I be seeing where the baby in the trash and then I'm gonna try to find it. I'm gonna put it on screen though, but I'm not making fun of that. I don't know why I thought of that meme, but I did. I don't know why.
And she admitted to hating Ardinia since she was born. Carol was institutionalized a few times, and her husband Jerry wasn't any better. He was a 400-pound Baptist minister who physically and mentally abused the children. One time, he actually even beat Nathan inside of a Burger King.
He should go to jail.
Jerry was also abusing Ardinia, Nathan's sister, from the time that she was about 9 till the age of 14.
There's so much going on.
One time, Nathan came downstairs while one of those occurrences was going on, and he saw it. After this, things only got much worse. By the time Nathan got to middle school, he became very depressed and attempted to take himself out twice. When he was 14 years old, he attended Overland High School, and Jerry, his stepfather, asked a psychologist at the school to evaluate him. It was found that Nathan revealed signs of hypomania, or a mental and behavioral disorder. Nothing came from this. The next year, at the age of 15, he committed several armed robberies using golf clubs and firearms. He was incarcerated for this and spent time at a juvenile detention center, but due to some kind of episode, he was sent to a psychiatric hospital. Eventually, Nathan was released at about the age of 17, and he began selling drugs and became good friends with a guy named Joshua Carl Wilson, or Carl. Together, they would commit a lot of crimes. They robbed a Burger King, got into a ton of...
You say you don't blame it on, the childhood, but it's like, when bro went through all that, bro, who knows what mindset he in? He already said you tried two times, but it's like he probably feel like life don't matter. I'm not saying it don't. I'm just saying he probably feel like that because all the stuff he been through. So he just wilding out.
Fights, robbed a dry cleaner with a golf club, robbed a pizza place with some handguns, and I'm sure that there was a bunch of other things as well. One day when Nathan was riding the bus, he met a 15-year-old girl named Tracy Leckman. Her and a few of her friends were riding the bus just for fun to see if they could meet some guys. At one of the stops, she immediately noticed a guy come on, and she was attracted to him. His name was Nathan Dunlap, and somehow they managed to hit it off. The two of them then began dating, and this was Tracy's first boyfriend. They would spend hours just fooling around, watching TV, specifically Beavis and Butthead, and also play wrestling. Even though there was a questionable age gap, Tracy was now 16 and Nathan was 19. Tracy's family didn't really care though. The year was now 1993, and in May, Nathan began working as a cook at the Chuck E. Cheese that was located in Aurora. His brother, who we don't know much, if anything about, Garland, also worked there. Within 2 months, in July, Nathan got into an argument with the kitchen manager about work hours and also not being a very good worker. Nathan was then fired, and from this point forward, he was not going to stop being a nuisance until he got his revenge. He'd oftentimes visit the restaurant and would appear to be cool with his coworkers and brother, but he would also turn on a dark side while he was there and talk about the manager who fired him and about how he wanted to get him. About 5 months after Nathan was fired from Chuck E. Cheese.
As soon as he said, yeah, y'all cool, but I want to get the men. Police. We got a man down here. He talking crazy. I didn't trespass.
He would finally snap. On Tuesday, December 14th of 1993, Nathan was playing basketball with a group of friends when he decided that today was the day he was going to rob Chuck E. Cheese's, and not only rob them, but kill everyone inside. So that night, a little bit before 9 p.m., Nathan went to the restaurant carrying a small handgun. He ordered
9 p.m. is like... So don't...
One day later.
I'm back, bro. I had to take a little break from recording the first part, and I had to delete this app I'm using that I use to record the video. Don't mind that sound in the background, bro. I had to delete the app and download it back because I had so much trouble getting the face cam set up and everything set up, bro. Let me see, my phone charging? Yep, it's charging. As y'all can see, I use my phone, but we getting back into it, bro. We at the part where he ordered a sandwich, bro. So like, subscribe, bro. I was literally stressing. I was finna quit, but you know I don't quit. So
a sandwich and decided to sit at a table near the front of the restaurant. A bit of time would pass, and he would then play some video games, specifically a shooter game. He talked to a former coworker of his who had just finished their shift, and he also called his girlfriend. After talking to the employee, though, Nathan found out that his old manager wasn't working that night. This wasn't going to stop him or sway his decisions, however.
Smoke everybody because he want to get back at the manager,
his
bro.
vengeance that he was attempting to take was driven by a particular individual, the kitchen manager. So why he did what he's about to do next is certainly a mystery. A bit after 9:50 p.m., Nathan went and hid inside of the bathroom and waited until Chuck E. Cheese closed at 10. Meanwhile, the workers who were closing down the restaurant had no idea what was about to happen. The nighttime manager who was working was a 50-year-old woman named Margaret Kohlberg. Close to 10 p.m. this particular night, a family birthday party stayed a bit late, and so they were all just leaving. Margaret had went to her office to start tallying up the receipts from the night, and she was getting ready to go home to her 2 children. This was her first night working alone as a manager, and so she was a bit excited about this. Sylvia Crow was there that night, and she was a 19-year-old who was working full-time at Chuck E. Cheese and also going to college at Metro State, where she was studying psychology. Her best friend, Jennifer Wood, used to work with her at Chuck E. Cheese, and she's actually the reason that Sylvia got the job. They hired her the same day that she applied, and that was only a few months before. Sylvia was using the money she was making to pay off her car. A high school junior named Ben Grant, who was 17, just started vacuuming to clean up the floor. He was a wrestler and a smart and good person. Another 17-year-old named Colleen O'Connor was a sweet girl who was super excited.
See, that's crazy. He said 17. We the same age. Well, of course she died like years ago, 93, but right now we're the same. We the same age. She was 17, I'm 17. That's crazy to think about, bro. You don't even got nothing to do with it, bro. You gonna get your life taken by a dude that mad at the manager, bro. And bro, it's crazy.
Because just a few hours before, she had a phone call with her parents. Well, they told her that they were...
Imagine You talk to your parents, they don't know this man in the bathroom. He ready to crash out, bro. Imagine that. You got a man in the bathroom, he ready to crash out. You on the phone with your parents, you working, you don't even know what's about to go down. That shit's sad, bro.
Getting her a car. So I can only imagine what she was feeling. Outside, smoking a cigarette, was a 20-year-old named Bobby Stevens. He was working a double and wasn't supposed to work during the night. He just picked up a shift. Bobby was the father to a 7-month-old baby, and he decided to get a job at Chuck E. Cheese to help with income, and because Christmas was about to be there. He started working at Chuck E. Cheese 2 weeks before.
This man
None of them
crash
had
out, bro.
any idea of what kind of evil lay await in the bathroom. While the crew was cleaning up, and the man...
I'm pretty sure don't they check the bathrooms now though? Because I've seen this dude tried to stay 24 hours in the Chuck E. Cheese like years ago, and he's tried to hide in the bathroom, and they had looked under and told him to come out. Don't they check in the bathroom, or they don't, bro? They should, not even just because of the situation, because bro, that's like the most people be trying to stay 24 hours. That's the easiest place to hide. But not really, because they're going to be like, why this store door locked and all of them open? Let me shut up.
The manager was in the office. The animatronics were still going, pre-police singing their happy little songs. But what's about
why is he talking in slow motion, like I said?
The complete opposite of what you expect to happen at a Chuck E. Cheese. Nathan was in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, psyching himself up, getting ready to take action. He walked out the door at 10:05 p.m., and the first person that he saw was Sylvia Crowell. She was cleaning the salad bar, and Nathan shot her in the head. She survived this initial shooting, though very badly wounded. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Then Nathan saw Ben Grant, who was vacuuming, and he too, like Sylvia, was shot in the head. Colleen O'Connor saw all of this happening and just stood there frozen. She was so afraid and didn't know what to do. And so, as Nathan was walking up to her, she got down on her knees, put her hands together, and begged for her life. Nathan shot her.
This man is crazy, bro. Look, shorty literally begging for her life. Shorty begging for her life, bro. She ain't got nothing, mind you. The people that's working don't got nothing to do with why he mad. Because, like he said, the manager wasn't even there that night. So why we still crashing? You shouldn't even crash out on a manager like that. So if nobody's here, you got beef with, why we crashing out? See, I'm telling you, bro, it was something wrong up here, bro. It was something wrong up here, bro. Because all that trauma, they said earlier in the video, all that trauma he went through, bro, that shit got to him, bro. It's all up here, bro. Man, I feel bad for him. I'm not excusing what he did, but at the same time, it's like, you went through all that as a child just to be mentally off. And then you go, and then you get, so when you get mad, you don't really know how to control it. Because you're getting beat on and stuff. YouTube, don't take this down. I'm saying what happened to him. You getting hit on and stuff, and all that trauma, bro. Like, bro, it's like, you getting hit on and stuff, bro. And now you older. You got all that shit bottled up in. And now when you get mad, you don't know how to control it, bro. Take care of y'all mental health, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Take care of y'all mental health, bro. Make sure y'all friends with mental health okay. Make sure y'all parents mental health okay. Parents, make sure y'all kids mental health okay, bro. And if something off, bro, go talk to somebody, bro. Real shit, bro.
Her in the top of the head, killing her instantly. Bobby had just gotten back inside from his smoke break and heard the gunshots, but thought that it was children outside popping balloons.
Look,
he was loading the dishwasher with some utensils, and as he turned around to grab something, he saw Nathan Dunlap walking through the kitchen door. Immediately, Bobby knew he was in trouble, and he said, "Oh," as Nathan raised the gun up and shot him. Bobby was hit in the jaw, then he fell to the ground, but he didn't die. He decided to play dead. He held as still as he could, thinking that this was the end of him, that Nathan was going to shoot him again. To his surprise, Nathan didn't,
God
and he
bless
just
him, bro. I'm
walked
telling
right
you.
past him. He continued and eventually entered the office of Margaret Kohlberg, who was oblivious to what was going on. Nathan forced her to unlock the safe, and after she did that, he shot her in the ear. While he was getting the cash together, he noticed that Margaret was still moving, and so he shot her in the other ear, killing her. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Bobby had just came to from what occurred, and covered in blood, he stumbled through the dining room and made his way out one of the side doors. An alarm went off, and he ran as fast as he could to a nearby patio light that he saw. He told the homeowner that there was a tragedy at Chuck E. Cheese and to call 911, and the homeowner did just that.
Don't mind the noise in the
Nathan,
background, like
on
I
the
said,
other
bro.
hand,
They just
left through the front door of the...
Don't mind the noise in the background, bro. Niggas like to talk loud when I start recording, bro. I don't know why, but everything just get louder when I want to record. Don't mind the noise in the background, bro.
Chuck E. Cheese feeling great. He stole $1,600, Chuck E. Cheese keychains, and some arcade game tokens. I don't know why he would think that he would need those. But anyway, he left and then went to his good buddy Carl Wilson's house and told him all about what happened.
Just fled.
Then Nathan started counting the money, asking Carl if he would give him an alibi. Nathan's girlfriend, Tracy, said that he called her and said he was at the Chuck E. Cheese where he was fired from, playing some video games. Eventually, he'd arrive to her house and tell her what happened, and they'd go on to have... Nathan's mother, Carol, had heard about what occurred and went to the scene along with a bunch of other concerned parents. She began comforting Colleen O'Connor's mother and had absolutely zero idea that one of her sons was the one responsible. Investigators had talked to Bobby and figured out that it was Nathan Dunlap who did it 100%. Bobby was aware of what was happening and could pinpoint exactly who it was. So with this in mind, the police decided to talk to Carol Dunlap at the scene of the crime. She thought that there was no way that Nathan could do such a thing, and that if they think he did, she can call him to get things taken care of. So Carol paged him and told him that he needs to get home right away to talk to the police. Nathan didn't go right away though, and instead he decided to wash his hands with some peroxide and take a shower. He asked his girlfriend, Tracy, if she can hide the clothes and gun, to which she did, and she hid them behind her grandparents' shed just up the road. Nathan also put about $700 underneath of the freezer. He then left Tracy's house and went back to his house where the police questioned him, swabbed his hands for gunshot residue, and took his clothing in for evidence. Nathan left his house early the next morning and went to another friend's house named Charles Waters. Charles showed him what was going on at the local Chuck E. Cheese, to which Nathan replied that it was him who did it.
Just bragging
Charles
about it.
also said that Nathan said another friend was with him when he committed the robbery and killed the employees, but that friend wasn't ever arrested or charged or named, and I'm just curious as to why. Meanwhile, like I said a bit earlier, Sylvia was still alive and rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, she wouldn't make it and was taken off of life support a little after 9 a.m. on December 15th of 1993. 8 days later, on December 23rd, Nathan Dunlap was officially charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Because of the heinousness of his crimes, the prosecutors were looking for the death penalty. Nathan's mother, Carol, talked to the news after learning that he was charged, and this is what she had to say. I want the victims' families to know that I am in as much pain, if not more, and I want them to understand what I mean by that my son...
Look, I'm not trying to tell no parent they wrong, but I'm not trying to blame nobody either, but the stuff he went, bro, I'm not trying to say he did it because of you, but he kind of did. Because you over here having mental breakdowns and stuff. I know you can't control it. You over here having mental breakdowns and stuff. You throwing him in the trash. You doing all this crazy stuff to him, bro. And you hurt. Man.
Is accused of committing 4 brutal murders, and I have to deal with the rumors and innuendos. They're in my prayers, and I hope we're in theirs. Wow. That is cold. Nearly 3 years later, in 1996, the trial would begin, and it was going to be very troublesome. Nathan attempted to escape from jail, got tattoos in jail, one a smoking gun that says by all means necessary, and one a crazy horse, which is the name he went by in jail, and he also threatened a witness. The witness he threatened was a jailmate who Nathan decided to spill the beans to. The way they found out that it was Nathan threatening this witness is because one of the letters that was written was signed by Crazy Horse, or Nathan's moniker. On May 17th, the jury took about 3.5 hours to come to a verdict, and that was finding the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. Nathan was given 4 death sentences, 1 for each person, and was also given a heaping load of other charges. The judge set his execution date for August of 2013. Nathan's girlfriend, Tracy, and her mother were both charged as accessories to the crime. I'm not sure how long Tracy's mother did, but Tracy spent 5 years in jail and got out. A few years ago, she went on a podcast talking about her life.
Hold on. So look, this happened, he said the court was 96. It was in 96, right? Why is he got 4? He got 4. So this is still 96 by what he's going by. Why we wait until 2013? Because 96 to 2013 is like, he lived through a whole decade after. Because look, you got the 2000s, then you got the 2010s, which he would have been executed in 2013. So he lived a whole decade. He lived a whole nother decade. I don't understand that.
And what happened after. Also, in June of 2022, Tracy Leckman, who lives in Littleton, Colorado, was shot in a robbery. She survived, and there's a GoFundMe, and I'm not sure if it's the same Tracy, but it appears to be, and that's just a bit ironic. And if you're currently wondering, well, did Nathan Dunlap get executed in August of 2013? Well, no. That's because in May of 2013, Nathan submitted a petition for clemency to the governor of Colorado of that time, John Hickenlooper, with a video stating that he was sorry and bipolar. Since the initial trial, there were numerous tests done concerning Nathan's mental health. On May 1st, the judge of the case, a guy named William Sylvester, announced that Nathan's execution date would be in mid-August of 2013. But on May 22nd of the same year, the governor, John Hickenlooper, decided against executing Nathan or granting him clemency, and decided instead to sign a temporary reprieve. This meant that as long as John Hickenlooper was governor, Nathan Dunlap was not going to be executed. Then a guy named Jared Polis ran for governor in 2018 and said during his campaign that he intended to sign a bill that repealed the death penalty.
So he just chilled.
Jared Polis ended up winning and becoming governor, and he didn't lie. On March 23rd of 2020, he signed a bill that repealed the death penalty. Nathan Dunlap was no longer going to be executed. This left the families of his victims furious, and I can only imagine. This was an absolutely sickening crime that occurred for no...
But look, I kind of get why. Because look, if he die, you giving him what he wants. Because look, he don't got to face, he ain't going to have to face nothing. We're not going to get into if he went into heaven or hell. We're not going to get into that. But look, he's not going to really have to face nothing, because it's like, it would be better for him to be in jail, because like you locked up, you locked up, right? If you die, you get to escape, and you basically didn't serve your sin. So I kind of get why it's like he should have been executed, but at the same time he shouldn't.
No reason at all. The manager, who Nathan had a problem with, wasn't even working that night.
What happened to the manager he was trying to get? Is he living?
Regardless, he didn't care about anyone or human life itself. And you can clearly see that in the interview that he did.
Does it bother you that they're dead, Nathan? Why?
I guess because for me, that thing is... See?
For me, death ain't nothing. I'm not afraid of death.
See, look.
And you didn't take the time to think that their life was
somebody else, right?
And Colleen saw you coming.
Yeah, I don't understand why she sat there and watched. I was expecting her to run, but she didn't run. That's why I turned around so quick. But she didn't run. She stayed right there and just watched.
And what happened if she had run?
I would shot her.
Did you
she probably was shocked and fear. Stunned in fear, like when you can't move, you're so scared.
Did Colleen say anything?
She's like, no. She's like,
frozen in fear, that's what it's called.
No.
But you did say no.
Yeah, she said no. I said she didn't beg for a life or nothing like that.
What if she had, Nathan?
When she said no, she sort of begged, you know. She sort of begged. It pissed me off.
It pissed you off? What?
They kind of like bought. People gonna say I don't have compassion, but I know I got compassion. And they bought this compassion. Now I'm like, you know, why you doing this to me? You know, why you trying to make me like you? You know, it's easy to shoot you when I don't like you. And it's like, you know, why you trying to make me like you?
Because she said no?
She just wanted to live, bro.
No. It's like, she kind of begged, you know what I'm saying?
She wanted to live. She wasn't begging you. She wanted to live, bro.
You just sit here and watch me shoot two people. What do you mean, no?
I mean, no, she want to go home to her family. She wants to live.
I totally understand. I agree with her and everything.
Nathan. Why?
What?
Why did you kill him?
There were witnesses who were crying. That's why.
Did you have any feeling?
I had no feelings at all.
Excitement?
No excitement, no nothing.
He didn't feel nothing. That's that mental health stuff I'm telling y'all, bro.
And what were you thinking at the time?
I didn't have no choice.
Why? Everybody always has a choice.
Because she had seen me shoot two other people.
It is going to be inconceivable to people who finally hear this that you didn't have any feelings about human life.
I didn't have any feelings about human life until after I shot Colleen.
And what did you feel?
I felt like, how can I do this?
Man.
You know, I was like, well, you started, you gotta keep on finishing.
And when you thought, how could you do this? What did you think of yourself?
This is crazy.
I was just saying, that's plenty. I was just saying.
But you kept going.
I had to finish.
You didn't have to finish it.
People died. And basically, to me, their lives were only worth $300 or $400.
$300 or $400.
One word, or 2 words, or 3 words to describe what you have done in killing those people.
Sorry, it's dark. It's getting dark outside. It's like 6, bro.
It was wrong.
It was wrong?
Yeah. I shouldn't have killed them. I shouldn't have robbed them. I should have just left them alone. They didn't do nothing to me.
Should you have killed Sylvia?
No, I shouldn't.
Should you have killed Ben?
No.
Should you have killed Colleen?
I shouldn't have killed anybody. I shouldn't have robbed that place. The fact is, I did, though. What came me so bad to come do it? That's my attitude.
Isn't that kind of a macho, bravado type thing?
It ain't macho to me or nothing, but I'm not saying it's macho or nothing, but
this man.
The fact is, I killed 4 people. I almost killed the 5th. I want them dead, and they're dead. You come kill me then. If you think you can take my life, come do it.
This bro is crazy. Don't mind
Nathan Dunlap is a sick and twisted individual and lucked out with governors and their politics. He deserves no remorse or anything, and if anything, at least he's rotting away. $18 million.
18 million.
What an absolute yikes. Let's take a moment to think about the people who were truly affected by this and their families. First, we'll talk about Bobby Stevens because he survived. He's doing well and he has a wife and some kids. But every time that he tries to move on with his life and move past everything, this event is in the back of his mind. He said that he never forgets it and that he can put it to the side and have it not affect him, but it does. And it seems like every time that he tries to forget about it, something happens and it gets stirred right back up. He's very annoyed with Colorado and the death penalty, and I can only imagine. Rest in peace to Sylvia Crowell, who was 19 years old and a big ball of energy. Rest in peace to Ben Grant, who was 17 years old and a nice guy who joked and kidded around with everyone. Rest in peace to Colleen O'Connor, who was also 17 years old and a very loved person.
That shit's scary.
And rest in peace to Margaret or Marge Kohlberg. She was 50 years old and a great mother. It's very upsetting to know what happened to them happened, and I hope that all of their families are doing okay.
God bless their families.
But anyways, thank you for watching this episode of High Time Crime. If true crime is your thing, then please subscribe and hit the like button because that's all we do. I also have a second account with my brother named Aurora Flying where we tell stories about everything paranormal. This includes true crime, mysteries, and things that are just downright spooky. I'd greatly appreciate if you subscribe to that too. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, friend.
That was the vid. Thank y'all. Let's try to hit 500 subscribers soon. I know we just hit 400, but I feel like we can hit 1K by the end of the year. Tap that red button. I'm gonna get going. I'm out. It's been supers. God bless you.